The Korean War, a war between communist North Korea and capitalist South Korea. Some of you are probably wondering, what is a Korean War? Why was there a war? What happened? I fell asleep, so can you refresh my memory? Well, of course. In 1945, both North and South Korea were free from Japan, and the United States troops were staying in Korea until the next year. The two countries were split between the 38th parallel. The 38th parallel is where countries want to build their empire. The communists, such as North Korea and China, used this as an abuse board for their power. There was a hostile relationship between the leaders of North and South Korea, Kim Il sung and Samyang Ri. These two countries were trying to invade one another until they stopped around the 38th parallel. The United States disliked the communists and determined to contain them. Truman decided to send troops over to South Korea and help them push back communists. The United States were convinced that the United Nations would do something about it and help South Korea. During the time of the war, Harry S. Truman was the president during the whole crisis until Dwight D. Eisenhower came to be the next president when Truman's presidential term was over. This war was part of a war of the capitalists and communists. How we see it is like a factor tree. The Cold War branches out to smaller, such as the Vietnam and Korean Wars. If you're wondering, how did it start? We'll tell you.
You can get these you can buy these wholesale from China. This genuinely happened. This is. I had a lot of time. And what I did is I staged Nuremberg in the bar. This got me into significant trouble. This was not good. That was when I got the message.
D. Domino theory. Europe is not the only place to have communism. In fact, countries like Cuba and China are communist and getting more powerful. Former president was afraid that more countries will fall into communism. If Korea fell into communism, it'll catch up to Japan and then it'll hit another country. Think of it like dominoes, not the pizza. U. Undermine communism. During the spring of 1950, the American National Security Council had filed a report that would scare anyone who dislikes the communism belief, suggesting that the U.S. should forget about the containment idea and fall into communism. C. Cold War. Truman had an epiphany that the United States was somewhat a part of a competition with the USSR. When supporting South Korea during the Korean War, America was able to fight off the communism belief without attacking Russia directly.
Kim Il sung. Kim Il sung was in the late 1940s was talking to Stalin that he, Sung, would take over South Korea. The USSR did not ponder that the United States would get involved in the situation and let him conquer South Korea, seeing that there would be a chance to continue the war and make the United States uncomfortable. Not only that, North Korean leader went to see the Chinese leader, Mao Zedong, to get his approval. S. Sangman Rhee. During the 50s, the South Korean ruler, Samyang Ri, swore that he would charge. He let his confidence get the best of him, and North Korea almost pushed back South Korea close to the sea. Ducks started the Cold War.
The Korean War ended in July 1953. It remained separate and occupied almost the same territory they had when the war began. In 1952, Truman was replaced by President Eisenhower, who wanted to end the war. Stalin's death in 1953 made the Chinese and North Koreans less confident. An armistice was finally signed in July 1953. Yes, the US and its allies successfully prevented communism from overtaking South Korea.